I would like each of you to make a perception check. We're going to say Cassidy is preoccupied because of all the books around and everybody else is
Tell me he
taking a
has his
shift.
pants on still, though.
Yes, he has his pants on.
Good.
There's some strange movement, but he has his pants on.
Oh, Lord. Watch out for that shuffling.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the echo still?
Nah,
Echo!
not really, no.
Nope.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! I stole Sean's stuff.
Good deal.
But yeah, if everybody that's currently there would make a perception check.
Perception
Okay.
check. Yeah. Oh, wow. Why do I have such a high perception on this idiot? Oh, that's right,
Because he's a sailor?
yeah, fair enough. Boop. Holy
Oh, damn. Hell
snap.
yeah.
Thank
I
goodness.
see everything.
Nevitash is charismatic and wise, but he's not very perceptive.
Okay.
Who's Brandy?
No, she's there. She rolled a 5.
Oh, my bad. Not Brandy, but
I was the first one to roll.
Amanda.
Oh, she's not with the party yet.
Oh, I don't know that dumb then.
I mean,
That is, we just went over, like, we just had the situation in our thing, like, about 2 months ago, and I'm like, things should happen immediately, because...
Spoiler alert, I'm the big bad evil guy and I'm sitting just hiding and waiting and you're trying to perceive me right now.
Shower full of blue caps.
well, Johnston, as you are keeping watch in the creepy library that is just shelves upon shelves of shadowy, kind of flickering books as far as the eye can see. The only real light sources emanated around y'all's area, and it's somewhat dim for rest. The rest of the area just kind of fades into blackness at the edge of your vision. You notice stepping through the shelves, not hurrying, not roughly, and not making much sound, just on the edge of your vision, you see movement of a very large figure kind of coming to the edge of the light.
Oh, God, that's...
What do you want to do?
I think the first thing I'm gonna try to do is stealthily, but I'm gonna try to stealthily like wake them up and
Okay.
explain this.
Yeah, with the 24, you saw it far enough away that you've got time to kick somebody. Who do you want to try to wake up?
Let's do Nevitash. He seems like he'd probably be best in this situation.
All right, you can just kind of kick him, or
Yeah, just kick him in the groin. I don't know, something.
wake up! Oh!
Mommy in hells!
Hey, holy boy, we got shit going on. Get your ass up.
Okay. I am going to get up, but I am going to don the armor first.
Yes.
Ooh, what kind of armor you got?
The chainmail.
Chainmail. Yeah, it's gonna be a round or two with Johnston
Yeah,
helping
that's
you.
Yeah, it's fine.
As you guys are hurrying to put the armor on, Scout, you're technically not asleep, so you can hear the commotion. Warforged do gotta go dormant, but they do still hear their surroundings. So you hear this kind of going on. Cassidy is snoring softly with his head buried in a book.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Since we're in the library,
You what?
You dropped off at since
my
we're in the
stag,
library.
42.
Oh, you pull out 42?
Yeah.
Hold on. Too much crap in my journal.
So is a deer in a library anything like a bull in a china shop?
Yes.
Bring forth 42. And again, this is not technically the map we're on. I'm just using it as a
Placeholder.
a placeholder for tokens. And Sean's character, we're just going to say, is he went and hid in a pile of books someplace and nobody knows where he's at.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you bring forth 42 from the pendant. Oh, sorry. Captain Crunch for lunch.
There you
Um, and Johnston, you're helping Nevatash and kind of keeping an eye towards what you saw. Brandy, go ahead and make me another perception check now that you've been alerted to something's presence and you can kind of see the direction. You'll have advantage on this one. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of see a shadowy figure cautiously moving forward, kind of edging up to the light, and it's large, 7 foot,
draw
big,
my
burly.
bow.
Yeah. Just as Nevatash gets the last bit of armor on, and you guys are finally feel prepared, you hear this resounding roar, this guttural battle cry as a blur of fleshy colored skin comes barreling out of the shadows into the light and gets about 5 feet away from Johnston before it pulls up short and stops, and you're staring at Meat with his giant living limb great club raised in the air as he goes, "Oh, hey guys."
I lower our bow.
What can I call?
I let a breath out.
Can I call?
I changed my pants.
Yeah, pretty much.
As he calls over his shoulder, he says, "It's safe. Come on out. These are friends." As stepping from the shadows is a very small figure.
Oh,
Amanda, would you like to describe yourself?
Sure. Okay, so I'm 3'1", and I'm probably pretty obviously a gnome.
I
And
draw my bow.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
I
Yep.
know. So I'm not cautious at all. I'm just running right up next to Meat. Hey guys. And basically I'm wearing a huge backpack and I've got like just a bunch of crap, like so many pouches and shit all over me and some glasses on. And I have like I'm gonna say that I have short white spiky hair. Despite the image. And kind of dark gray skin. I'm a rock gnome. Hey, how's it going?
Kill it with fire.
No, no.
What?
it's-
I'm gonna turn around and look behind me. Is there something here?
Let her go. Let her go. Do not feed that to your sister. She will choke and die.
Oh well.
Okay.
Yeah, there's that. It's like I know we're all for wanting murder. And
No,
everything,
give her
but, like,
cranberry, but not that. That she will choke and die.
It's like, does it seem like the effort here, guys? Like we could totally just like.
Well-
I don't know.
Meat kind of raises his hand up towards you, Scout, and goes, "This one's good. She's working for Whisper."
Ah,
I'm turning back around and be like, wait, me? You wanted to kill me?
I didn't
I
say
hold
I
both
wanted
steady.
to kill you. I said it. I was bringing it up to the team. So at that point, you can blame the group, not just me. Just saying.
Okay. Well, I'm here to help. Wisbert said that we were looking for some cool ass algae that's really hurting people. So what are we doing here?
I don't have enough blue caps for this. Anybody else want to explain? Like, whether we got Sleepy Boy still asleep, or
Yeah, Cassidy's he's around, but he's preoccupied here in this place.
gotcha. Alright. Well, I honestly can't remember the last half of shit. So Nevatash,
So-
it's on you, boy.
Yeah, Meat does kind of sidle up to you, Johnston, and just kind of surreptitiously passes his flask over.
Oh, my man.
It's probably not blue cap, but it will strip the hair off the dog.
Yes.
Alright.
So, okay. Nevatash will kind of fill her in.
Yeah, I've got her fairly
Yeah.
well filled in, except for exactly what you guys were trying to do here. You know, trying
Yeah.
to discover
I
more
guess
I
information.
was
et
going
cetera.
to another plane trying to investigate the whole algae thing, but I'm not quite sure where the Shadow Library falls into that, other than, maybe it's a place where you can find information about the algae.
And I'll fill her in on the rest. So we came here, and I don't even remember why. We were
came
just
here
exploring,
to-
right? Like that's how we
No.
came up on the murder game,
No, well,
because
no.
the island
Okay,
was undiscovered.
You guys had all right. Just quick refresher. You had taken the boat from the captain that hated red pants,
I remember that.
and that's where you had found a set of maps and charts that had this island marked. And you had also found that that captain was taking slaves and purposely he was working with a hag that was infecting the natives from the Ramonaville Islands.
Oh, right, that thing.
So he was
That's right.
involved in the whole algae conspiracy thing. And you guys thought it would be a good idea to check this island out since it was on his charts and not on any others that Johnston had ever seen.
All right.
Oh,
Not to
yeah,
mention
that's right.
Yeah.
that a lot of the people in
Oh.
the town had been infected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll relay that, and also tell her about the murder game.
I really think
Yeah.
I missed the murder game. 'Cause I totally don't even remember that at all.
You may have been
It may
out
have
for
been,
that session.
Yeah, it may have been that one time, like when you were out for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, that's right, because I fucking moved. That's right. Huh.
Yeah.
Because I remember we got to the end of this, and then I think so because we got to the end of this, and Scott was saying that like he really wanted most of us to be here,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
and
then we
so that's when we started up Tyranny. So.
Yep.
Sometimes it
Okay.
happens.
So yeah, he'll relay the murder
Yeah.
game,
Mhm.
and in fact, like all the pretty much all the details of the murder game. That we're supposed to kill off the other two, but we decided that we were going to try and free all three and get all three boons instead. And that we were able, through the combined effort of us and our friend, and I'll point over to Drake,
That
Okay.
thing.
to get
Well,
here to the Shadow Library and trade
To
for some
find-
information, and
To free the curse.
yeah, to
While-
stop, just completely erase the curse.
While you guys are conversing and kind of bringing everybody up to speed, you do see a familiar glow moving through the library towards you. It's the same glow that the bookkeeper had when he first approached you. And before long, he does float up to the edge of the light. And the bookkeeper is this tall, almost 8 foot tall, kind of very skinny floating apparition with overly long arms and no eyes on its face, and kind of gray and wrinkly. As he floats up and we have new visitors, I see.
Hey. You look cool.
Hmm.
Do we need to kill that too?
No, this is good God.
We gotta start off the story all right, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just reading the chat over there. But once you speak, Amanda, or Smidge, Smidge, the bookkeeper, this overly tall apparition, actually floats right up to you and kind of bends over at the waist and folds down in ways that humanoids should not, and kind of folds down and tilts its head to the side, and even though there's no eyes, no sockets, just flat kind of wrinkled gray mass on its forehead, you can tell it's kind of peering deep into you for a moment and goes,
I'm gonna put out my hand. Hi, I'm Smidge. How are you?
"Hello, Smidge." And he slowly brings his overly long fingers up and kind of gently wraps your hand and shakes your hand. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you're one of those gnomes that does not store knowledge in a way that I can receive it.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, you see, any written word shows up in my library.
Oh, yeah, we sort a little different.
Hmm.
Sorry about that.
Well, I may be able to offer you a deal then. This
Oh.
group has already found a way to choose a bit of knowledge to take listen. Jesus Christ.
The funniest part, okay, so it's even funnier because I was sitting here watching him write it, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, GOS instead of iOS. Yeah. God.
I'm sorry, continue.
No, it's fine. It's all good. Just completely blow a train of thought, but it's all
Damn,
good.
I know technology.
Next year's model is almost 4 foot.
I'm telling you.
Oh, crap.
But it won't last half as long. No.
Yeah.
It may explode in your pocket.
Oh god.
I'm gonna start tinkering, like, every time we long rest, I'm gonna make little tiny pocket gnomes that blow up. That's
There
my
you go.
plan.
Gnomish grenades.
I don't know how the
True.
fuck I'm gonna do that shit.
They're gonna be
Like-
like
because
those
I
little
don't
tin
have that
soldiers.
ability, but I'm gonna figure it out.
They just scream a high pitched wee whenever you throw them.
Exactly. Yes,
Every
that's
long rest, you're just gonna have
that's
to drop the
fucking
patch
happening.
notes. It's like,
Oh my god. She's gonna turn into freaking Mario. She's got bob-ombs.
Oh God.
Dang,
Ah.
ice maker alone, please.
Welcome to the party, Smidge. Anyways,
Is this me, or does like every time I hear her name, I think it's a little troll?
yeah, probably.
What's the troll's name? Wait, is
Smidge?
there the troll? There's a troll named Smidge? What the
Yeah.
fuck? I thought it was being original.
Yeah.
nothing original in D&D. You should know
God
this by now.
damn it.
But anyway, the bookkeeper says,
Be right back.
if you seek knowledge, you must know that without making a deal, you cannot retrieve it from this realm.
Oh.
But your progenitors, your, I don't want to say race, your
Ow.
ancestors and your people
Ow.
have been storing knowledge
Ow.
in a way.
Are you being murdered?
What the fuck is going on over there?
The orc princess is not happy.
Oh,
Ha.
has been storing knowledge for centuries in a way that I cannot gain access to it. If you are willing to share some of that knowledge, then we can make a deal.
Okay. Wait, what do you want with that knowledge specifically? Like, are you just trying to collect knowledge, or are you gonna do something with it?
No, the whole meaning of my existence is to collect the knowledge of the world.
Okay. All right. So what do you mean? Like, so you just want me to give you access to, like, the stuff
I
that...
quickly cover her mouth.
I'm gonna just kind of, like, slowly...
I
to pull
pick
my-
her up by her face, like cover. Excuse us for a moment. We
Of
will
course.
be right back. And then
You
I
may have
gather
time to
party,
decide.
and we
And he
we
kind of-
walk off.
he kind of floats back into the darkness and says, please take your time deciding. I will find you again before you leave.
Thank you.
I
And he
just see,
floats off into the distance.
I just see freaking Scout holding her up by the face and her mumbling and like waving, like bye.
I completely see that myself.
Oh yeah. And then I'm just gonna
Okay.
kind of stop though, because now I've figured out what you are, and I'm like, whoa. But I can't say
I
that
can't-
because your hands are
At
over
this
my mouth.
point, like I drop her, I'm like, I'm
We
wiping
have
my
things to discuss.
I'm wiping.
I
I
lift
kind of
your
like
hand before you drop me. I'm
move
just-
over to Nevatash, and I'm like wiping my hands on his cape, on his holy cape.
Now I've got to burn this.
what was that about, dude? Like,
We need to trade. We need to trade him information. He's got information we want to take out of the library. You have information.
Well, you
Okay.
guys. Okay, here's the thing. As a party, you guys have made a pact with him. Somebody, and you haven't decided who, is going to start writing in the book your exploits
Right.
because
Right.
he wants a first-hand accounting of the things that are going on, the things that you're dealing with. But do remember that the book he gave you comes at a cost. Whoever decides to write it is bound to this place.
We already decided who was going to write in the book. He's just not.
Yeah, I think Drake had picked up that. I just wasn't 100% certain if
'cause
the decision had been fully made.
He wanted to do it because well, one, this is like his mecca, and two, that he wants to piss off that dude.
Yeah, he's kind of trying to piss off his patron a little bit, I think. So you guys have the ability to choose knowledge. Nobody had ever decided exactly what you wanted to pull out of this. This is a second deal on top of that because her background is straight up something that would intrigue the bookkeeper.
So
Why
just
we
to
should use it to our advantage.
yeah, so
Yeah.
just to clarify, are we saying you guys have already made a deal for one book, and the goal is let's make another deal for another book using the stuff
Yes.
that I have, right? Okay.
Yeah, if you make a second deal, you'll be able to take out two things that you're interested in.
Which means we can. I couldn't remember. Did he say there was information about the algae thing from before, or?
Not direct information, but that doesn't mean you couldn't find something that leads
was kind
to
of
it.
related? Okay.
Yeah, because remember the whole algae thing is from another plane of existence, and there's not a lot of history here as of yet
Then
about
that means we can, with your deal added on, we can get the stuff related to it or whatever, and we can also get the murder game deal.
Or maybe we could find what I was looking for as far as his little the key to life, so that way my race can be their own race.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
I didn't. Fuckers.
It's no fun if I just give you, one choice or two. There's got to be three at least.
Where?
Okay, so our choices are something additional about the algae, which we've already got one thing about the algae. We might be able to get another. Something about Scout's ancestors, and one other thing. What was the other thing?
The murder mystery. Freeing the three guys.
The murder mystery.
A way to free all three versus just one.
I'm the first batch. Not I'm the first batch.
Huh?
I was number 329 on production.
Yeah, Warforged don't necessarily have ancestors because the Warforged that are currently around were all kind of made at around the same time.
I gotcha. So I know the gnomes and the Clockwork War and all of that. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to figure out though what he exactly wants me to do. Like, for example.
Yeah, because he didn't say it was the same deal. So.
Yeah. So I need to ask him exactly what actions I need to take in order to do this, just to see if it's something, because like, if it's something that I physically can possibly do, because it's not like I'm not like the owner of all of the information belonging to my people, so I don't know that it's necessarily mine to give him, or that I even have access to all of it.
Yeah, welcome to my games. Difficult choices in the first 10 minutes.
So I might need to go back over and ask him exactly what it is that he wants me to do, and maybe while I'm talking to him, you guys can be deciding what you want, and then
If he does have access, then yeah, I feel Brandy's thing should come over because, like Scott was saying, it's not going to be direct knowledge of the algae. So
Okay.
probably the murder game, and then if he's got the info for making Warforged able to be their own race, then that should be a priority. Because the island was probably marked because of the chance of, worldly knowledge or knowledge about more power, most likely. So it may not have necessarily had to do with their primary plan of, using the algae or whatever. So if it's not going to be direct knowledge, my vote is for Scout's info if he's got it. That way we get the murder mystery solved, and that becomes that her race becomes self-sufficient.
Sure, why not?
I think that's a good cause.
Yeah, because we could have babies if we wanted. Stop it!
And who doesn't want little robot babies running around murdering
Right?
things?
Wouldn't they be
That
so
sounds
cute?
fucking precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting forest fires left and right. The friction. They're just gonna be like this barren desert while we're fucking.
All right. So the plan is, while you guys are settling in, Smidge, you want to speak with the bookkeeper again?
Okay, I lost you guys, and then I'm back.
Oh, yeah. I was asking, did you want to speak with the bookkeeper again?
Yes, I would like to know. I would like to go talk to him and ask him specifically what exactly is it that he wants me to do.
Yeah, he was just kind of floating around there at the edge of earshot. Yeah, he was being polite about it. But as you begin to approach, he kind of floats back into the light, and it looks kind of like he kind of goes cross-legged and kind of floats to the ground, but it's off in some way. The motion under the flowing robes is off as he kind of sinks down to get a little bit lower so it's easier to speak with you. He kind of hits the ground and goes, "Have you decided, little one?"
Well, I have some questions.
Of course.
So, when you say you want me to do something to get you access to like the information, are you just can you help me understand exactly what it is you're trying to get me to do? Because I'm not entirely sure how I would do that.
Well, I know that the archivists of Tamahagane store their knowledge, their collected knowledge, in machinery. I have no access to that in my realm. But if you could spend a bit of time every night just keeping a journal, telling me the history of your people, maybe some of the inventions they have created.
Wait, you have access to all of the books? Because I've been doing that already anyway, so I'm just guessing that maybe you haven't been reading what I've been writing.
It's possible. And he reaches out that impossibly long arm and fingers and doesn't quite reach the shelf, but a book still flows to his hand anyway. And he pulls it back and he kind of flips it open and kind of digs through. What is it?
Goatsy? Really?
What? I missed something.
Fucking Tori and his coffee goatee?
Oh, Jesus, man. Does he do this in your game too?
Not yet, but I haven't really given much of an opportunity.
It's a different type of group.
But he kind of digs through the journal and he says, "Yes, your history is interesting, but I'm interested in the history of your people and how the city itself came to be."
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, that sounds like a fun thing to write, and, I really like writing stuff down anyway. It's kind of, therapeutic. And so, sure, yeah, I'll do that for you.
Excellent. He kind of reaches into his robes and he pulls out a journal, a book. And unlike the other ones around here, this one is solid, and the front of it is covered in uh, gears and springs, and the spine itself is a clockwork mechanism, and it's got very fine paper in it. And he hands it to you, and he says, "Though I must warn you, if you are directly connected to this place, you will be bound to it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but in years to come."
So I'm gonna start reaching out, but stop as he says that.
Mhm.
Okay, so when you say bound, like I'm a little bit scatterbrained. What if I forget one night to write, or like, am I in trouble if I
No,
forget? Okay, like
no, write when you can. It does, yeah, write when you
okay,
can and write what you need to. But
okay,
the binding of this place, a direct connection such as this, will lead directly to me, and this realm must always have a caretaker. So if anything were to happen to me, you would be in line for that. As is, and he points over to Cassidy, one of your compatriots already.
oh,
Put the mouse
The good
down.
news is I've been around since the beginning of this world. So
okay,
the odds that anything is going to happen to me.
okay, all right. What if I die and then something happens to you?
Not sure. It's never happened.
Huh, okay.
I'm
Alright,
interested. I'm curious to find out.
oh, don't be too curious. I'm not that curious. I'm curious, but not that curious.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take the book and say thank you. And does this mean we're BFFs?
I assume.
Did we just become best friends?
I'm gonna open the book and start reading it immediately. I'm just gonna pull my spectacles down and start just reading the book.
It's just a blank book. It's for you to fill.
Oh, okay,
It's
got
like a
it.
journal.
So it's a specific journal. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a specific journal. One that
So-
kind of all knowledge shows up here, but through these books they show up directly to him. He doesn't have to dig or wait or think to go find it.
Okay.
It kind of a
It's like a text message.
yeah, kind of a direct email kind of thing.
Okay. So like, okay. So if I ever just want to, talk to him, I can be like, "Hey, man. So here's how my day went today."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I totally see Smidge just like laying like stomach down on her freaking bedroll at the end of the day. So, what did you do today?
Yeah, her feet kicking in the air behind her.
Oh yeah, with her little ponytail.
Okay, so I know that it could just be because I'm a mom, but those My Little Pony like Equestria Girls shows, they have a journal where Pony Twilight writes to Human Starfire, whatever the fuck her name is, and they write back and forth, and the book vibrates and jingles. It's like ding 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 whenever they write to each other.
That's adorable.
That's what this reminds me, except for darker. It's like if you were writing to one of those Harry Potter like Azkaban guards. What the fuck are they called? Dementors. May,
All right. So, have you guys fully decided that the two bits of information you want to bring out is the key to the murder mystery and information that could lead to the Warforged race being able to grow
and grow.
and
Yeah.
produce and progenate?
Sure. I'm all for rock fucking.
You find some of the weirdest shit, Tori.
So already okay. So he's giving us two things instead of one in exchange for my thing.
No. It's one for Drake
One for you.
having made a deal, or that party, and one for you.
Okay, and the murder mystery solution is what will help us with the algae.
Possibly.
Oh.
The murder mystery is getting each of the three people in the murder mystery. They were told when they were captured that in order to be free, they had to convince somebody to murder the other two people that were captured.
Mm.
Each of them offered us a boon, even though nobody really wanted the vampire's boon, because we understood the implied factor that by immortality she meant
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite
Who's
you.
gonna turn you? Got it.
So we decided that, opposed to that, we would try and free everyone
Got
and
it.
try to recoup all three boons.
Okay.
And so instead of going and killing the other two, we are going to try to free all of them. And since there's no real guarantee that there is information here for the algae, I mean, it would just be indirect, maybe not knowledge, maybe, to go for the two valid, like, solid stuff that we could probably get.
I see. Okay. So then, once we're done here, we get those two things, and we won't have any more information about the algae. But we maybe, if we want to find that out, we go somewhere else and try to learn more from other
Yeah.
places. Got it.
Yeah. And you never know. The murder mystery might lead to more information on the algae. It might not.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Kind of like asking for information about it in the Shadow Library. Might lead to something you don't already know, might lead to information you've already gotten.
I will tell you everything I know. Okay, we make the deal. I know nothing. Oh.
You've all been gaming under me for a while. You know I can be an evil bastard. Just saying.
Whatever you do, don't throw out the magic hammer this time.
Okay, so I think I'll go back up to him and be like, okay, so we've decided what we want.
Well, then, whichever knowledge it is you seek, simply choose a book and concentrate on the knowledge you wish to have, and it will be made available to you.
Okay, I'm gonna just grab a book off the shelf and go hand it to Scout.
Okay. Scout, Brandy, I'm assuming you're going to be concentrating on how to revive the Warforged as a race.
She said BRB, so I don't think she.
Oh, did she?
Oh,
I missed her.
got it.
I missed her. Well, we'll come back to her then at the moment. As for the second bit of knowledge, did we decide on the murder mystery then?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Okay. You guys open a book and think about, ways to free this murder mystery. And a journal appears. And it starts to detail how everything was put into place. The obelisk, or the pedestal that is the transporter with the various arcane rings that can be moved around to form words. The pocket dimensions to store the prisoners, and even the stasis effect that holds the prisoners between visitors. And in the journal, it reads that each of the thrones, because remember, there was a identical throne in each of these pocket dimensions, is the seat of the dimension. Each holds a crystal that needs to be removed from the interior. And then the word release has been programmed into the pedestal, which will lead to a room where you can place the crystals, which will allow the magic of the place to dissipate, which would free the three prisoners. So whoever built this, and it's a long dead wizard whose name doesn't really matter, but whoever built this had a way to take it back down.
Now, since it was also an entrance to here, taking down that door won't mess with this realm at all, will it? It's just a gateway?
Yes, it won't. Yeah, the Shadow Realm, the Shadow Library will exist whether you guys take that particular gateway down or not. And just in case my entire party doesn't have the common sense to understand that Meat and Smidge showed up somehow, not through the same way you guys did. Dot dot dot. There's another way here.
Yeah. Well, we knew there was another way because
Yeah, he'd mentioned other
cultists.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah, he had mentioned that the cultists came in, but they left and they never came back through when we came through. So, because he had said it was an interesting day, so we weren't the first ones that day.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, you guys could possibly get back here, but everybody should be rested up. Your long rest has gone through, so if you need any healing or spells to come back, you're fine. There's been plenty of time to maintain a long rest while you're in the Shadow Library. And when Brandy gets back, we'll go
I
over
am back.
Oh, you're back? Okay. Smidge handed you a book off the shelf to make the deal. I'm assuming you're looking for how to revive the Warforged.
Yes.
All right. You look at the book, and very complex schematics begin to show. You're not overly skilled in any of this, if I'm not mistaken.
As far as like the language it goes, not really, but it doesn't really matter because all I have to do is jot it down and give it to my.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of start copying stuff. Smidge, you see that she's drawing schematics and walk over to give her a hand because you do
Yes.
understand this kind of crap.
That was what I was
Yeah,
just about
it's-
to ask you.
It is a little beyond you at just a quick notice, but between the two of you, you can easily get it copied down and accurately so that given more time to study, you can figure it out.
Cool.
But the knowledge is there, and you now have it on paper, as well as the knowledge to free the prisoners.
I also open like part of my chest cavity and like shove all the papers down inside there and like close it back.
Just in case. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, keep that one close to the heart. Ba-dum-bum.
Had I a heart, it would be there.
We're just going to store this in here.
This is where you bipeds of the humanoid have their importance. I'm just gonna do the same thing.
But yeah, you know that Gen3 will be ecstatic to look over this stuff when you guys get back to town. Or, if you'll remember, he actually headed south towards the Clockwork Forest right about the time you guys left. So
Yeah, he was gonna go check out because he was going to also check on my goblin.
yeah, the goblin people.
Oh yeah, we also founded a civilization of goblins.
The things you guys do.
You founded a civilization of goblins. That
Okay,
sounds so much fun.
Oh yeah. that's
The
right.
the area of the forest where Scout came from, we ended up
Uh-huh.
going back, and a group of goblins had fled from their normal homeland because the algae had infected their city or whatever, their tribe.
Yeah.
And the infected ones had chased them off, and they ran them all the way down to the Clockwork Forest. Well, when we ran into them, we almost murdered them. But
Oh no,
Almost.
no! We did murder some of them because I was like, oh look, this farm is being attacked by goblins. Thunk, thunk,
Yeah.
thunk.
but when we got to the actual group, they had told us their story. So Scout told them as long as they didn't, destroy the forest or whatever.
The ruins.
Yeah, the ruins that were her home, basically, that they could live there too. So we founded a tribal village of goblins.
And
Well, I knew that there
it's-
were goblins down there, but I don't think I remember hearing that you guys were
it's
responsible
not
for
just
that.
goblins anymore. It's not just goblins anymore. They as they are building their civilization, they're also freeing Warforged, and they have
Yeah.
Warforged there now.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Well, you'll
Yeah.
also remember, and this is the kind of clue that was subtle at the time that probably nobody remembers. The fin-touched goblins, the infected goblins that were chasing them, would not enter that forest.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you did say that, right? They turned
Mhm.
back. That's
Yeah,
right.
and this is one of those subtle clues from way back in the day, so I'm bringing it up now so people will remember that.
That's good to know.
They would not enter that forest. Nobody's sure why, but they
Hmm.
would not enter that forest.
Very useful information.
Mhm. But yes,
No,
you have
that's
found the secret to Warforged being a viable race and being able to spread. Um,
Cool.
the schematics and whatnot, and I haven't fully detailed it out because it's a complex thing, but I'm working on it. So,
It
what do you
should be
guys
dubbed
want?
the Clockwork Village.
The Clockwork Village, right?
Oh.
Jeez. So can I assume that? Yeah, I know. So
Well,
can
it's
I
in the
assume?
Clockwork Forest.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It
Um,
only makes sense to call it the Clockwork Village.
yeah, but now I'm picturing like goblin-shaped Warforged.
That would be so adorable.
Or Warforged shaped goblins. Haha.
That would get a little messy as you try to squish them into the mold.
I was actually thinking of like if you cut them in half and like give them like cyborg bodies.
Oh
Like, making
God,
them taller.
There you go.
I could so see this.
This is about to
Anyway,
be a beautiful thing.
I'm all for it. Why not? But as for where we're at currently in the game, can I assume that you guys are going to work on the murder mystery part?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I want a I want a firehound and a dire
Yes.
wolf. And I
Hellhound
want to
puppies are
punch,
nice.
vampires.
Well, Meat speaks up. He's just been kind of keeping quiet on all this, and he kind of steps over to Smidge and kind of looks down and says, "Are you good with this crew?"
Um,
They're good
sure,
folk.
I think so. I mean, they seem like nice people. Are you going back?
Yeah. I'm gonna head back and see about closing the portal from that side because I don't think anything's coming through from here, but I'd rather not leave that open for any length of time.
Scout is also
Okay.
standing uncomfortably close to it again.
I'm gonna be like, hey, before you go, can I get a little vial of that hooch? And I'm just gonna pull a little like test tube style vial
He
out of my pocket.
just pulls his flask off his hip and hands it down to you. He says, "I've got more at home. Be sure to share." And he kind of thumbs over at Johnston. But he looks at everybody else. He says, "Okay, I will give Lisbeth an update. I kind of got most of what you guys were talking about. You mind taking her back on the boat?"
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm heading back. You guys have fun. And he kind of starts traipsing back through the library. And you guys were like, your entrance was literally like 20 feet away. So,
Yeah, we never made it very far into the
yeah,
library.
you guys didn't make it
He
far
was
into the
like,
library.
"Bruh, I'm here." And we're like,
Well, part of that is because you guys walked in and Cassidy went and ran to a shelf.
yeah.
Yeah. And there was just so
He
many
was like,
books.
"Bookgasms."
he kept trying to grab mini books, and it was just like the same book over and over again.
Yeah.
Good Lord. But there's this
So
book and this
I'm
book, but
thinking,
it's the same book.
like, unless we're like moving on immediately, Smidge would definitely be running around trying to like just read books, even knowing that she can't keep the information.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she would probably take the books off the shelf and read, even just because she enjoys the process.
Well, you guys can take whatever amount of time you'd like in here. You have the knowledge that you're taking with you, so anything else you read is just going to disappear. So,
Okay.
Scout was looking at picture books.
I can see it now. Scout flips a book sideways, and the little centerfold falls out. It's just an oak.
Look at the
Is
leaves
it a
on this
sexy
one. My, your roots are showing.
Got wood?
God.
There's not a termite on you at all.
Oh, Lord. Had to think long and hard about that one, huh?
That one got my sap flowing.
Oh God.
BRB, somebody's outside my house. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Didn't we start an episode like this one time where we had like 45 minutes of just wood jokes?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That was the day I accused everybody of playing Dungeons and Dragons.
To be fair, you accuse that of us quite often.
A lot.
I'm not saying it's like an accurate accusation.
That's okay. I was like after you left last night, Scott.
Mhm.
Like we talked a little bit about the game, but it ended up being story time until like 2
Uh-huh. That was a false alarm, by the way. It was just my neighbor kid. He's mowing my lawn, so
So
still no dining table.
by the time she ended up going to bed, she's like, "You're just a fucking instigator." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah.
Kinda.
So, my terminology was not quite so kind. I called you a shit starter.
Yes.
Oh, there's my dining table. They just showed up. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, did someone borrow her dining table?
I think she's got a new one getting delivered or something.
Yeah.
Listen.
There's a thing called Nebraska furniture around here, and they're like a high end like imagine it like Costco but for like adults and furniture. Like,
Okay.
and like actually they got some really good shit there. And usually it's on the cheap, so like
So it's like the American version of IKEA?
if IKEA wasn't like IKEA if you didn't feel like assembling everything and it cost a little bit more expensive. But I'm not even just like furniture. I'm talking like TVs, computers, furniture,
Well,
like literally anything you can think of outside of food.
That's half the fun of IKEA furniture is putting it together.
You mean
And
putting
watch
it
it
together
disintegrate?
wrong, taking it apart, and putting it back together with the instructions the second time?
Yeah.
No, see, I'm not one of those guys. I read the instructions the first time.
No, this
Me
is true.
too.
But there's always that one part that you put in backwards, and apparently I can't.
Yeah.
I did that with my entertainment center.
It's like, why is like it look like it's like they're in the doggy position? Why is my entertainment in the doggy position?
Right
Position.
there.
Or you're going to put your desk together and you see the freaking cord hole and you're like, "Why does my desk have a glory hole?"
Like, did they know I'm gonna be a loading pad? Is this just like a determination of my life from here on in?
And am I the only person that always runs into the problem that cord hole is never big enough?
No, you are not.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And it's always in the worst spot for me too.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like far away from wherever you need it.
Exactly.
Are you talking about the cord hole in a desk?
Yes.
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 Oh God.
The kind of shit that goes on around here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was explaining Nebraska furniture to them, and this is how it came up.
Yeah, no, so I should be good. I'm sure they'll ask me to sign something, but
Yeah.
but he's just bringing it in and delivering it and all of that. Yeah, they're pretty cool. The only thing that kind of sucks is that they don't ever tell you what time they're going to show up until like the day before and you don't have a choice. So
Be right back.
so basically it was if you want a new dining table on Saturday, you better be available all day. Even though
Yeah,
it
I was
only
won-
takes a few minutes really for them to put it in here.
Yeah.
I was wondering who borrowed your dining table.
No, we've had the same IKEA dining table for, I shit you not, like 10 years, and it's falling apart and it's terrible and it was cheap. Like IKEA's got some nice stuff, but this is not one of the nice things. This is a crap thing, and it was really really cheap, and I don't know how the hell it stood up for this long, but it's not going to work anymore. So I waited for there to be a good sale and got a new dining table.
There you go.
Yeah, no, Nebraska furniture.
I have a second
Awesome.
generation.
Huh?
Hey man, ain't
I have
nothing
a
wrong
second
with
generation table.
Like especially.
Oh no, like
like,
it was when my uncle died, it became mine. So.
there you go. Like the older ones like that, those are the ones that usually stand up to time. The only thing is like they tend to be like heavier than the earth.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, and hopefully this table will be that kind of table, because like my mom had given me a table a while back that was that kind of table, that was like an older couple had given it to them and she gave it to me, and we ended up, like, I think Brandon and Autumn actually bought it from us because we didn't have room for it and we couldn't afford to keep paying for storage to keep it. Yeah, and so we ended up just having to get rid of it, and I was really disappointed because it was a really nice table and it was super pretty, but we just didn't have a place for it, so we had to buy this cheap ass little shitty table, and now we actually do have a decent sized dining room that we can put it in, and of course we had to buy a new table because it's gone now.
For y'all, Brandon and Autumn are the people I'm staying with. They're really good friends of ours.
Amazing people.
Yeah.
My favorite people in the whole wide world. I love them.
Well, fuck you too.
That was an intentional insult designed for everyone in the world who's not them.
It's okay. You're not my favorite people either.
That's fine.
Oh no. You are one of my favorite people. Just not her.
All right. Well, I'm assuming you guys are going to head back to this Nexus room to begin gathering these arcane crystals.
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
That sounds fun.
All right.
Do we need to pick up Drake and somebody?
Oh, I will. I drag our resident book nerd out of the library, kicking and screaming.
Pretty much, yeah.
I won't let him get left behind.
All right. So you guys head out to the this Nexus chamber. You go through the go to a little alcove that's kind of to the south of you guys, and it's got the arcane pedestal on it with the magical letters and whatnot. And as you kind of reach out and touch it, it activates the return, and you guys have come back to this central alcove. I can't directly remember the answers to these riddles, so we're just going to assume that you guys know the way to open the portals. Where would you like to start? With the vampire, the bearded devil, or the dryad?
The bearded devil.
Okay. So you guys form the quick word, whatever the answer to that riddle was, and head off this way to the onyx hallway and the portal that opens, and it leads, I believe I used this one. Haha, I was right. And it of course leads you over here. Just kind of showing it off so you guys can remember the maps.
Ooh.
Yeah. With the bearded devil and his hellhounds and that throne that he is sitting in. And as you guys come into the room, and I'm not worried about you guys having specifics on the map, he kind of sits forward for a moment. And have you decided that you're going to aid me?
I got this. We've decided to aid everybody.
That was great timing. We've decided exterminate.
Oh my god.
That's because I'm a Whovian through and
through. That's my phone.
Hold on a second. Let me close the curtain to my kitchen so that way the ball doesn't.
Brandy's always having trouble with balls.
I do. My balls are always going everywhere.
Yep. You need to practice the sacred art of the man vagina.
Well, that's because I'm a girl.
That's why. It's all about.
Okay.
I mean, y'all can do like extended kegels, right? Like.
Okay.
But yeah, without
Ow,
the
ow, 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 ow.
phone going off and
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah. Uh, so you think there's a way to release all 3 prisoners?
Yes. However, there's one I do want to kill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there is. I don't really like the vampire.
What are we
So.
getting with the vampire? What buff are we getting with him?
Immortality.
Alive.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
he
just
was-
gonna bite us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
that
it
was
a
the
dude.
only thing she offered. We were like,
I thought it was a lit
No,
or whatever.
no, it was a vampire.
it was a vampire.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, oh, it's raining.
And we didn't kill the bearded devil because he I don't remember what he originally offered, but we negotiated for hellhounds.
A hellhound.
Hey. Damn it. Still trying to get away with
Nice try. Nice try. But if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
you guys negotiated for a hellhound pup at that.
Yeah, that's my
Aw.
pup. But I think it was he was gonna help us at any point in time. Need help ever. He's in our debt. So
Yeah, he offered a boon as well, and you guys, I think, got the hellhound thrown in.
yeah. Just like with the dire wolf pup.
Oh, you guys did talk about that too, didn't you?
Yes, we did, and I was like, "Look, we're not helping you without a pup."
Yeah, that's right. I've got
I get all of the animals.
Yeah, well, he says, well, if I am freed, our deal still stands. I could care less whether the other 2 prisoners live or die. What do you need to succeed in your endeavor?
I bring forth
A shrubbery.
We are no longer the knights who say nee.
Sorry, couldn't resist. It was there.
I pushed Cassidy forward to make him spill all on the ritual stuff.
Oh yeah. Kind of explained it all to him. Well, he says, steps off the throne and kind of moves out of the way, and the hounds kind of move off with them. And he points at the throne and says, "This has been a pain in my ass for millennia."
That's very funny.
Are you over there petting a hellhound?
I am.
Just in case we end up needing it. And all right, well, okay. Well, you guys go to inspect the throne, and it is kind of a gnarled mishmash of stone, wood. There's some bone in it. It looks almost like it's a puzzle. You know those those like keychain puzzles where everything kind of slides together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like one of those. You guys can use, and I've forgotten all my damn skills. Should we poop on it? Really? Really?
Hey, it could be like the little freaking keys in Fifth Element. You never know.
Yeah. I will give you guys investigation checks to try and solve the
Puzzle.
puddle thing. So if you guys all want to make investigation checks to start kind of working to pull the throne apart.
Oh, this is gonna be horrible.
God, I got -1. I don't even know if I want to roll this. That's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. Oh,
You got better than I
Not
did.
bad, not bad.
that's a
And that-
17.
Nevitesh is that guy in the escape room that falls for all the red herrings.
It says if I turn this knob, I'll get some chicken fried steak.
Alright, who wants to roll for magic?
Oh, I'll roll for Cassidy. I've got his character sheet. You want to go ahead and make a roll there, Smidge?
Yes, I'm just trying to find the thingy deal.
Oh, shift,
Oh,
double
there
click
it
on
is,
your.
that's
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
I found it. Investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. There's enough good rolls there.
What's with this Arcana roll, Scout?
I think she's
I thought I'd try it. I'd see if there. I know a
just.
little bit of magic. Let me see if I can. Nope, I don't know. I'm good. It was worth a shot.
That or she's just having fun, having the ability to roll simply.
Maybe.
No, you guys,
Wait,
you guys between the. Really, Justin, roll the right skill.
He's gonna intimidate the chair into solving itself.
Open!
You alright?
I think his skills are the same on either one of them, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I will call it the same roll. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it takes 20 minutes or so, but you guys start moving the pieces around and finally manage to kind of solve the puzzle box, and the seat of the throne kind of splits open and the arms kind of fall out. And they're floating in the space in between, just kind of slowly hovering and rotating, is a light purple crystal that's giving off just a hint of light. It's about a foot long from top to bottom and spreads out to about 3 inches across at its widest.
Go get it, Mimi. What's wrong with you?
But you guys have found the crystal for this throne.
Cool.
It's a dark.
No, on Netflix.
Yeah, well, who's taking the crystal?
Well, then go on. I will.
Okay. Scout reaches down and grabs the crystal. And as you do so, there is a slight tremor in the realm. And the bearded devil and the hellhounds all kind of take a step, and the bearded devil has this concerned, somewhat angry look on his face as the hellhounds and the bearded devil slowly just kind of come to a standstill, and this very thin sheen of what looks like ice kind of energy kind of forms around them in the same way that they were frozen in place when you first entered, and your presence broke them free of their stasis.
So it basically just put them back in stasis.
Mm-hmm. But you are noticing mild tremors in the caverns themselves. Doesn't seem like it's major, but you can see the dust falling, and you can feel the mild rumbling of the ground. It seems that you're taking the object that's imbued with the magic that holds this realm open, so time might be of the essence.
Book it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
were we gonna free the other people, or did we already do that? Sorry.
No, this is the first one you've come to.
This is the first
Yeah.
one. Okay.
All right, you guys, no problem. You guys head out of the map.
We bravely run away like Sir Robin.
Or are you going to do the vampire or the dryad next?
Dryad.
Right, yeah.
Alrighty. Just to skip over, I believe I might have used this map. Yay! So you guys skip over to the dryads map.
Okay.
And yet again,
Okay.
I need to get Smidge in here. Okay.
I'm gonna leave 42 in my little locket.
For now. Okay.
Yeah. Just...
And as you enter the dryads map, the dire wolves kind of come up to surround beside her protectively. And she, of course, gracefully stands from her throne and goes, "So, have you decided to help me?"
Yes. Now, I need your chair.
She kind of scoots out of the way somewhat indignantly. Um, you guys have done the investigation check. You have succeeded in that. Um, but someone was going to need to do a dexterity check. Someone else can aid them to give them advantage. You know how to do it now, but it's still a complicated maneuver.
Let's see.
Wait, you said dexterity.
Yeah, Scout's going to give it a try. Somebody's going to give her a hand for
Boom!
advantage.
Yeah.
I'll give her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
With ease.
I got this.
With ease. You pry it open, and there's another set of crystals.
I take the crystals, and as I do, as she starts to like freeze over, I'm like, "Don't forget about my pup."
Yeah. She gets kind of a horrified look as the dire wolf and the dryad freeze over, and again you're feeling the rumble. Here the leaves are falling, and you can see the trees themselves shaking, and the smaller limbs at the edge kind of burning, wobbling with the realm itself.
To the leech.
To the to the leech.
Yep.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let me get everybody in here. Because I'm feeling that this isn't going to be the quick and easy. We'll bring Cassidy back down here with you guys, and I'll let you position yourselves. But as you come through the entrance hallway,
I wasn't aware that he had a pump.
did he had a what?
The little picture of him looks like he's got a pump.
Oh, yeah, Mitch just hiding in the back. But okay.
Yep.
As you approach, and if other people following her up there,
Yep.
well, you guys know how to move your minis. I'll move Cassidy.
Out of the chair. We're gonna get you out of here.
Not gonna just straight up attack.
Nope. Nope, because, yeah. Who knows? Maybe someone else wants the boon. I don't know. But dexterity, here I come.
All right, yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Takes a few extra moments this time, but again, the crystal arises, opens up, and as you grab the crystal, of course, they kind of freeze into place.
Oh, at this point, I want to get chalk and draw a mustache. On the vampire.
Okay.
Draw a mustache on the vampire.
The little curly one?
Yeah,
I'm gonna draw.
Like,
I'm
like
gonna.
the thin, curly, evil one with like a goatee.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna quickly draw copies on the ghouls.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys can. Why not? A game with 5-year-olds. Okay.
Hey,
They need to
still do
match.
it at
They're on
college.
the same team. Okay, it's a uniform.
Yeah. I'm just sorry, but like, okay, I'm not sorry, but if you're gonna eat children, I have a problem with this.
So,
All right.
good.
So heading back to the Nexus, Cassidy quickly keys in the word release, because even in the Nexus, once you've got all 3 crystals, as you step into that Nexus area, you can see the tremor in the water in the Nexus, the pools of water that are there, the channels, and you can kind of feel the trimming. So Cassidy quickly handles that, and give me a second to get you guys into the room. This is not one of my better maps because somehow I lost said map and did not have time to recreate it this morning.
There you go.
So we're just doing old school on this fight on this map.
You said
Yeah, it's going to be a fight, but you guys
I
figured that
knew
out
it.
anyways. It's not like I.
Oh,
I mean, sounds like it's a fight we're instigating, so.
you got there,
Kinda.
Tommy?
So we're about to kill a vampire.
Good job.
Possibly that
That's
too.
good.
Oh shit.
Okay, let's see here. You guys were way over here, and I need to move you guys.
Well, if
Enter a
I'm
map.
not playing the game right, get your daddy to
Enter
play.
a map. That's not the right map. Okay. You guys come into this room, and there in the center of it is another one of those pedestals, and everybody kind of pops around it, just like always. This outside of the pedestal, this room is there's no other exits or entrances to the room. There are some columns right up against the wall, almost built into the wall in the corners. And there to the north, at the upper side of the wall, there is a relief, a bas relief, depicting the three different realms. Just kind of the three different realms, and there's a spot in the center of each relief where the crystals would fit. They look like absolutely perfect matches for that.
I insert the.
You insert one or all three.
However, Book Boy tells me to do it.
Yeah, it's all three.
Okay.
All right, so you step forward to insert the crystals. As you insert the crystal, hold on. As you insert the crystal, the wall itself kind of lights up from the inside, and you can see the magic of the crystal spread through these depictions of the realms, of the various planes that you were in. And in the Dryad's realm there, the trees kind of light up with an autumn glow, and in the abyss for the fiend, there's mountains, and they start to spew ash and lava. And the vampire's shadow realm depicts the vampires themselves fighting, and where they're biting in, you can see the blood start to flow. And as this happened, that wall splits into three sections for one, each of the realms, and it spreads out. And as it does, it reveals an alcove where those crystals flow backwards and land. Oh, I'm on the wrong freaking layer because I'm all got the wrong things. Because I was drawing. But they land on this. That's standing against the back wall. And as the crystals form into it, the magic spreads through, and the lights come on in the golem, and the dust falls off of it as it takes a half step forward, and we go into initiative.
And Brandy Scout is like, Daddy?
No. I am pretty sure I was made by an evil gnome, hence the hatred of gnomes. Alright, so I click my token, and then I click.
Initiative.
Yeah, they don't initiative when you there.
Pull
You
back a
got it.
shot. I did it. First try.
Yay!
What?
And if we can get initiative from everyone,
It's click it and then what again?
in your character sheet,
Yeah.
if there's the initiative, if you'll click where it's on the word initiative, it'll roll for you.
Oh, okay, got it.
Nice.
Hey, we actually did pretty well for initiative today, except for
And I will handle Cassidy for the day, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh shit! Yeah, you guys didn't do too bad, but unfortunately, neither did it.
Yeah.
I still don't know why it doesn't put your name in the freaking initiative chart. All right. Well, Cassidy is
Whose
up.
name?
Johnston's.
Oh, well, he said to. Oh no.
Why did I have a box? I get it. I know.
You talking about the yellow box?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's because you're hovering over the token. Or in the
Yeah, I
initiative
see
order.
that. I see that.
It's so when especially like when you're the DM, or like when you're trying to target a specific mob, and you're like, which one's coming next? Oh,
Gotcha.
that one.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Let's see. John's
The
or
things you discover
Cassidy.
whenever you have a computer.
Cassidy is going to knee jerk fire an Eldritch Blast from the hip because fuck that thing.
Booyah, booyah! Bang, bang.
Can I jump out of the way?
Well, you're fine. It's not cover. He is going to miss horribly, however, and kind of spread off to the side.
Hey, how do I do that measure?
It's the power button tilted at a 45-degree angle in the top right menu.
Top left.
Whatever. Uh,
Oh god, what have I done?
I don't know.
I
What
don't
did
know.
you do?
I'm just getting all that.
Okay.
I
But-
did the thing. I didn't want to do this.
What did you do?
I don't know.
But after Cassidy is actually our new friend Smidge.
Okay. So, as a bonus action, I'm going to
Mhm.
cast Arcane Weapon on my dagger, my returning dagger,
Okay.
and make it lightning.
Okay.
And then for my first attack, I'm going to, I'm going to do Ray of Frost. I think I'm just going to throw a cantrip at him.
Okay. So
let's
go
see,
ahead.
That
And
is...
you should, in your attacks, Ray of Frost should be listed on your main character sheet.
Yep, there it is.
And if
Okay.
you just click on that,
Click it.
there you go.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, a 9 is not going to hit.
Well, shit.
So the Ray of Frost skips off to the side of him and lands in the
Okay.
in the
So,
alcove and just kind of frosts up the wall there.
okay. So then for my second attack, I want to do the returning dagger. That is now all lightning-y business.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, shit!
Yep.
Son of a fuck!
Yeah.
Alright.
The rules were not
Yeah.
in favor.
Your aim is just off to the side.
Shit! I
You
did
do still have,
nothing.
you do still have movement, though. There's really not
Okay.
much for the way of cover in this place.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay where I am. I don't want to get too close because I'll get hit or whatever.
What?
So,
Okay, that's your thing.
What thing?
Oh no, your health bar was screwing with me because I couldn't see it underneath the golem, so I just kind of moved him for a second. Okay, having just woken up, the golem is going to see if he can slam in as these two big, meaty stone-type fists come slamming down directly at Scout.
Of course.
Well, you're right there.
I know.
First attack. Oh God, I forgot how hard this guy hit. That's going to hit AC 20 for
Yeah.
19 bludgeoning damage.
ow!
Yeah, the second attack is not going to hit. I rolled ridiculously low. And he's going to stand there because he's got a target.
All right.
Okay.
You did take 19 damage, though, Brandy. Don't forget that.
Okay, so here's the thing that you can also do with your computer. If you click on your token and you see the red bubble that pops up, click into that and just type minus whatever.
Yeah.
It automatically does the maths.
But after the arcane golem is Nevatak.
Shenanigans!
Oh lord.
Okay, let me see what I'm...
The Orc Princess is breaking down the wall.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Screaming Dada, but you're over there.
I'm going to step to here. Actually, no,
Are
I
you
can
sure
move
she's
into
not
there.
screaming Dane Dane?
And pull out Mule Knot and
You'll
Well,
not.
get him to set up.
yeah, remember it's the fire-based Thor hammer, and like I was like, but I'm
Oh
gonna
my
name it
god.
Mule Knot,
Mjolnir. I've forgotten. I had forgotten Mjolnir.
and I'm gonna two-hand wield it, thunk him on the fucking head. Well,
Try
thunk him
to.
wherever I can reach him. Yeah.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. Two-handed.
Quick question: is pulling out my companion action or a bonus?
Bonus for that. Okay, 13 hits.
Nice.
This guy's big. He's just, everybody else couldn't roll above a freaking 10. Or well, above an 11, I should say. So 13 hits, and let's see, we've got 11 bludgeoning. That is considered a magical weapon.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do that for now. And what else we got? Well, you didn't hurl it.
No, I did not hurl it. So he does not. We are not doing the fire because I did not want to blow it up with my wooden friend.
Right there. You still have a bonus action if you've got something you can do.
I believe I do. Give me 1 sec. Fine. Make sure I have it on this character.
Crapping yourself is a bonus action.
Oh wait, I forget. In your game, do you let the healing spells work on the Warforged or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
Then
just
yes.
looks like a can of oil.
I am going to cast Healing Word on Brende.
All right.
So she
7
gets
points of
7 hit
healing,
points.
Scout.
Okay, so I click in here, and I just
And now you can +7.
plus.
There you go.
And that'll be it.
Scout, you're up.
Okay, I want to move.
Go for it. Is there a particular reason you keep putting the wrench icon on you?
Because it looks cool.
That's ridiculous.
Need repairs.
Right. Yeah.
Quick, does
As
anyone have
you-
a rock?
Yeah, do my attack of opportunity.
As you run away, he is going to swing a meaty fist at you, hitting AC 22 for
Jeez.
20 bludgeoning.
Jesus. Did that put her down?
No, she's okay for now.
Yeah, for some reason I can't see my stuff again, by the way, Scott.
Yeah, I'm only at 39.
Hmm.
Now I summon 42.
All right, that's your move, which you still have some of, and you have a action and bonus still.
Okay, well, to summon 42. That's my bonus. I will.
Bust out 42.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my bow.
You gonna shoot him?
Oh, I did the thing. Okay, so. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, that's. Why did you? Oh yeah, the initiative. Okay, so the shot definitely hits. And I know that is. It seems to do the damage you would expect it to have done. Okay, that's it for you, Johnston.
Alright, let's do some things. How far is that? That's... Yeah, okay, cool.
Look at that, right in range.
Alright. So we're going to use this as my movement, and I'm going to start stabby.
All right.
So I get, what is it? I get one swing with a main hand, then offhand, and I get a bonus action with my main hand, right?
You may actually get more than that now.
Let me see.
We are 7th level. Let me double check.
Okay.
Okay. You will get 2 swings with your primary because of extra attack, and because you're dual wielding a swing with your offhand.
That's what
So yeah, you'll get 3 attacks: 2 with primary, 1 with offhand.
All right, so let's start with the primary then. Whack.
Oh yeah, that's hits.
Hit.
Another.
Does that hit?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And then my.
Yeah, I hit him with 13.
12 does not, however. So you still did 19 points of damage to him. He's starting to show some of the damage. He's got some bings to him and whatnot.
Mhm.
Cassidy is up next. And I know I'm probably... I don't even know if he's got it. He does have the spell. Just because I'm being somewhat nice. Oh, and he rolls really well. Okay. Cassidy takes a moment. Instead of actually acting this round, he throws an Arcana check to determine this creature. And he screams out that magical attacks could heal it, and dispel magic works pretty well.
Understood.
Aha.
So it's stabby then.
He got a 23 on his Arcana check.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but well, he yells it out. He actually just kind of tells you, Smidge, because nobody else in the
Okay.
yeah.
That's okay. I'm next.
He goes, Arcane Golem absorbs magic, dispel magic hurts.
Okay.
Seen these
So,
before.
Okay. Well, that knowledge just totally fucks up my plan. Gee, thanks, DM.
You're welcome.
All right. As my bonus action, I'm going to manifest my artificial mind.
Okay.
And I'm going to manifest it directly above Scout.
Okay.
And so it's this tiny spectral ladybug with antlers that's just floating above you, and it's intangible and invulnerable, and it's just gonna stay right there for a second because I'm gonna have it as my action cast Cure Wounds on Scout.
Okay. Okay, you can do that.
Okay.
Let
me go.
If you, I can't remember if it's. You should be able to, on your character sheet near the top, kind of under the name, there's a spot that says like core bio spells.
It'll
be under where the class and level is at the very
It's
top.
on the right-hand side.
Oh shit!
Above
I clicked
personality
something.
traits.
I clicked something. I don't know what happened. Oh my god. Okay. I found the Cure Wounds spell, and I cast it at 2nd level. So let me do that.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
So yeah, it just popped up in chat when you clicked on it.
Okay. Oh
so
wait. Hold on. Cure Wounds is a touch spell. If it's intangible, can it touch her?
Yes, because you're casting through her.
Okay.
It works.
All right.
Yeah. That's what allows you. It's a specific ability of your artificial mind that allows that to happen.
Okay. Cool.
You're good.
So
so another.
Is she healing at 7?
Yes.
Okay.
The higher level casting gets added as a secondary effect.
Okay.
Kind of thing when you cast at a higher level.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so another 7 points of healing to you, Brandy, and it looks like you might have went the wrong way with that.
No, that was what she was at from the hit.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, you belted her for 20 as she ran away.
I'm just putting the, for lack of up and down,
That time she went the wrong way.
You forgot the plus.
No, I hit equal, so yeah.
It's not showing me anyone's health bars actually. Now that I'm
Really?
Yeah,
I hate
no.
that.
I know. Yeah, yesterday when you showed it to me on the other one, it did, but it didn't show this. It doesn't show this time. So I
Oh,
can't
son of a. Hold on. Hold
Hey,
on.
there's Brady's.
Freaking defaults on Roll20, and I forget about it sometimes.
Oh, gotcha.
Especially when I'm moving around map to map. Okay. What should show?
Is there anything that will show me where my little artificial mind is? Like, is there a token that maybe I can
See
put
this
in that area?
purple thing right there?
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, it's the first thing I could grab that
That's
was.
really cool.
Yeah. You might be able to move that around. I have no clue.
Nope.
It's okay,
That's okay.
Man, try it now. You might be able to move it now. Getting permissions and stuff set up.
Nope. It doesn't work. That's okay. I'll just if I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
want to
just
go
let me know
I'll
where
tell
you wanted to
here
go.
or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So some of the bars should show up for you now.
Yeah,
Okay,
they do
so
now.
the Arcane Mind was a bonus. The Cure Wounds was your action. You still technically have movement.
Okay. I hold on. Let me measure. I'm going to use my fancy schmancy boots to just teleport right on over here. Oh, hold on. Let me click the right button.
Yeah.
Teleport right on over here. And then I'm going to use my movement to get right on over here. And there was really no purpose in using the boots, but I just wanted to because I've never used them before and they're kind of cool.
There you go.
I get that. Use the shiny.
Yeah. Actually,
All right.
I think I'll just get like right next to her so that
Okay.
next time I can,
Yeah, you've got the movement.
if I need to.
All right. Next up is Le Golem, who he's okay for now. He's going to swing once at Johnston and once at Nevatash, who I need to this to so I can see their shit. So for Johnston, that's going to be AC 23,
Yeah, that's it.
20 damage. Against Nevatash, 23 for 14.
Curse his arcane nature. Because I'm not going to be a dummy and use my rebuke. Ah, crap. I accidentally hit that.
All right, and he's not going to try and move because he has what they like to call a target-rich environment right in front of him. And as Nevatash goes, I really hate to do this to you, but my bladder has just hit critical
That's
mass.
fine. I have to get back into the game. How much damage did you say?
14.
Okay.
Yeah, my bladder has just hit critical mass. If you guys will excuse me.
Yeah, no worries. I'll be right back too.
Cool.
There we go.
I'm gonna use this opportunity to grab a snack. I'll be right back.
I gotta go give my daughter some medicine.
Okay.
Back.
Welcome back.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome
Alrighty.
back. Brandy said she'd be right back. She has to go give Maymay some medicine.
All right, then we will go ahead and finish your turn up.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is give him another smack with the hammer to show him how much I care.
All righty.
Did I miss anything?
No, I just got back.
just me fumbling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of.
I mean, well, we're doing battle, and I have a player's handbook and spells, which remind me I'm filling in my spells. You know, the crap that's supposed to be there.
All right, so since I fumbled that, I am going to use the bonus action to cast Healing Word again, except this time I'm going to cast it as a level. Let's do 3.
Okay.
And I am going to heal Dig.
All right, so Johnston's going to get some healing.
And there we go. And where's it? There it is.
Today.
3.
So we're 7. Yeah, they rolled it right. Just
Yep.
crappy rolls. So 7 healing for you, Red Pants. Is he there? Or did he leave too?
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, you got 7 hit points.
You just gained 7 hit points from healing.
Sweet. Can I actually count on this? Okay, I can do it now. Sweet.
You still technically have movement. I have a feeling you're kind of happy where you're at.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. That brings us around to Scout when she gets back from.
No.
She's back.
Yes, he was
Isn't
back.
it 42's turn since he didn't get a chance to go?
Well, no, 42 technically rolled a 10. I just had rearranged him in the.
Oh, okay.
He goes right after you instead of right before.
Gotcha.
Because when you rolled, it put it in there, and I just hadn't moved him into the right spot yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he technically goes right after you. Oh, that's a hit.
And then my second?
Yep.
No.
Both hits. Nicely done. All right. As Scout fires this time, her second arrow actually catches one of the crystals in this being's golem's right arm, and it catches the crystal just right, and you can see, those that are up close can see the crystal crack and begin to kind of leak the magical energy through the cracks. Doesn't seem to have actually slowed it down, but there's a decent indication that you're managing to drain it of its energy. You still
What
have
he
a
said.
you still have a bonus and movement if you'd like.
Uh.
42 go eat a crystal. You good where you're at? Move on to 42.
Yeah, I said I was good. Sorry.
Sorry. All right. So 42. What is 42 going to do?
I have a question before we go on. How much extra did his the armor that we made for him give him? Because I don't see it on.
Oh, that's right. We gave him like leather armor, wasn't it? It was leather you had made.
It was studded leather with bark.
It was studded leather. That's right. Okay, hold on. I forgot we had done that. I can't remember that. Did you spend the money for magical or just regular?
I think at the time it was just regular because it was supposed to look like Similar to kind of how I look.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. All right. So that knocked him to a 15.
Okay.
Should
And
be
does he
reflective
only
now.
have the bite, or does he have Gort?
Stags only got bite, which
So
was
weird.
upsetting to me. Let me
That's
make
cool, though.
sure.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move him.
Yeah, go for it. It's not
Because
like
he
it's
doesn't-
overly difficult for me to go.
I guess we'll do a bite.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm going to double check that we didn't miss a.
Ow, my trucker. Oh, elbow. Not humorous. I love this show.
Oh, why is it so hard to find this?
Man, it's a shame you're. It says it's a shame.
It's a shame, and then you cut out. I'm sorry.
Your name isn't Susie.
Why is that?
Because it says
Oh,
Amanda
Susie
Q.
Q. Got it. Well, I mean, I do have some sort of awesome names because my last name is actually Quinn and my daughter's name is. So I didn't get the cool name, but she did.
Yeah. But now you can also be, Dr. Quinn Medicine.
Exactly. I just have to get my PhD first, which kind of is hard. That's something that I'm currently like a few classes away from a bachelor's and I'm looking at the master's programs, but the problem is my legit only aspiration, like the only reason that I would want to have a PhD is so that I could call myself Dr. Quinn, and that's not a good reason.
That is a great reason.
I'll second.
I want to get a PhD just so that way my husband isn't the only one with a PhD.
Okay, Amanda. So here's a train of thought. Like me and one of my friends in high school, we almost joined up to the military, and not because we're patriotic and stuff. I mean, we respect the troops, but we wanted to join and immediately like honorably leave, just so we'd be privates. Because my first name is Richard, his middle name is Richard, and we would be private dicks.
Oh, Lord.
And then we were going to go start a detective agency, so we'd be private dick. So, getting a doctorate just so you can call yourself Dr. Quinn. Right up the alley.
Dicks and dick.
Damn, we are the same kind of dork.
What I meant by the PhD family is PhD is also the abbreviation for dick. Yes, love. I know! Shut up or I shove it down your throat!
Still talking about pretty hard
The rain! No, Sean keeps going, hey babe, it's raining. I'm like, I know. And he's like, hey babe, it's raining. I know! I will come.
Sounds like me messing with you.
I'm testing stuff here.
Back in the day, it's like, hey Dave, it's like, guess what?
Do you need a dada?
Yes and no.
Okay, I'll let him.
Saved by a May.
Can you whip? Can you May?
Okay.
Yes, she can. She does this thing with her fingers. Not that she has freaking. I won't even call them fingernails. They're like talons, razor sharp baby talons, death. And she takes her wrist and she like flaps her hands wildly while her fingers go everywhere. Like it's like a cat of 9.
Baby flails.
Plus plus 5.
People keep asking me if I have a cat.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
No, I have an orc.
I was like, no. And then, like, the ones who are really brave, they're like, why are your boobs all cut up? And I was like, because I have an orc. So, it's just...
Okay. I had just realized that one of the things we had not done for 42 in a while was update 42 with the bonuses he gets for being an animal companion.
Aha.
And I also went ahead and added the gore attack that I know freaking stags have because we based 42 off of a deer, and the deer don't have, et cetera, et cetera. So you are now, he is fully set up. His character sheet is updated. He actually has a better armor class than most of the party now.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, come to find out, as a ranger with this feat, you add your proficiency bonus to his AC, attack roll, and damage roll, as well as any proficient saves. At 7th level, your proficiency bonus is a 3.
Woo!
Sweet.
So, yeah, he's not shabby. All right, so, yeah, if you want to go ahead and attack with him, he'd get a bite and a if you want to go that way.
He gets
If you, yeah, and I'll let you re-roll because we didn't have the correct stuff. 19,
Sweet. Okay, so we'll,
okay.
I'll
The
have
bite
to,
is a
like,
miss with the 12.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah! Boy! Go 42!
Nice.
Oh, well.
I can't land a dagger, but this fucking deer's got it.
Right.
All right. He misses with the bite, but goes in to butt this thing with its head and actually manages to catch that crystal that had already began to shatter as that crystal bursts and blasts away, and the lower portion of the arm, from elbowish down, crumbles to the ground, and the golem is left with only one arm at the moment.
Thank you.
Nicely done, 42. Johnston.
That,
Will you give me
that's
some
one
of
hell
that
of a
waffle?
first attack, too.
I know, right? Let's go.
Right?
Because no, you don't understand. This is the first time 42 has been in combat.
I
in
know.
this game.
I just went
Yeah, you're right.
That's awesome.
It's first time, like, I mean, yeah, it missed the bite. It's like, but it's got a small mouth. So then it's like, "Rrr," and just fucked it up.
Yep.
That's so awesome.
All right. Let's go with my stabby stab or slashy slash, I guess.
Yeah, Cuisinart. Oh, that's a hit.
Yeah, it is a hit. One more time.
Are we gonna do breakfast for dinner?
Again.
Ooh, I like that damage.
Yeah. And then your offhand
Still a miss. Shit.
is still a miss, just barely though. Okay, as you have Cuisinarted into this thing, the left arm, the one remaining arm, that crystal begins to crack, and you can start to see the glowing lines among it. It seems that as you guys are beating on it, you're not necessarily doing a ton of damage to its body, but you're kind of blasting some damage into the magic that holds it together. That brings us around to Cassidy, and I need to check range.
She loves
Oh, he's got the range. He has got the range, and I need to check this. Okay, so Cassidy is going to work on the knowledge he had. 3rd level. Cassidy casts a spell. And you guys have seen him use it before, so those of you with arcane knowledge would probably recognize Dispel Magic. And as it settles into this being, you can see the light kind of dim and bits of armor and whatnot kind of flake off as he smashes it for 15 points of damage, actually shattering that second crystal. So now the golem is there with no arms, though does not look perturbed in the slightest. Smidge. That brings us up to Smidge as Cassidy kind of heads off to the side.
Okay. So if I know that magic doesn't, so question,
Mhm.
DM question. If he only was able to tell me about the non-magic thing, does that mean nobody knows but me and him right now?
Yeah, that magic might heal it. Yeah, because he didn't really holler it out loud.
Okay.
The only other person it might matter to, Nevatash. Throw me a perception check. Yeah, okay, yeah. You heard him tell Smidge, so you would know as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he
So now
wasn't, he didn't holler it out. He's like, yeah, I'll just tell Smidge. And
So now that I'm closer to everyone, can I yell it out?
yes.
Okay, is that like a bonus action or what is that?
Yeah, that's a bonus action.
Okay,
Magic heals this thing. Be careful. Yeah.
cool. Okay. And then I'll since magic heals it, I'm gonna use my crossbow and not my dagger.
Okay.
So let me
Well, okay, I can tell you this: the physical attacks haven't been healing it. It's probably
Yeah, 'cause
magical
I've been using my
effects.
magical bow.
Yeah, but something like Eldritch Blast or Fireball or whatnot
Okay.
is liable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't use my rebuke earlier because it would try
I
to
was
push him
not
back
as
and
Okay.
it would do lightning damage to him. So
I was probably not as clear with that as I could have been earlier. So,
Okay.
but yeah, you can shoot it with your
So-
crossbow if you'd like to.
Okay. So let's see. Well, in that case, I think I would like to use my dagger because it's still lightninged up, which means I would get an extra d6 on my
Okay, wait a
damage.
minute.
Okay, go for it.
So let me do that. Fuck.
Oh, so close.
Oh shit. Wait, do I get a second? Oh, I do still get a second attack.
Yeah, and that
if
comes
I-
right back to you. So.
And so I'll throw the same dagger again. And
Oh.
damn it! What is with my rolls right now?
Drake's not here to take the crappy rolls.
yeah.
I did nothing. I'm Will Wheatening.
Just because you're an elf.
All right.
Wow, good job.
Oh, you guys are going to hate me. Absolutely hate me. He's been saving this for when he needed it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna suck. All right. The
Alright.
golem
Character sheet.
the golem kind of wobbles his shoulders for a second and realizes he doesn't have the capability as that visor-like eye he's seeing out begins to glow, and he goes full Scott Summers on your asses and blasts this line of energy straight out of the alcove. I'm going to need Johnston and Nevatash to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, fuck my life.
Not 42?
42 is fine.
Okay.
Dex saving throw. Actually,
That's
sounds terrible.
not horrible, but
Not enough, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Please tell me that's enough.
Yeah.
I hope 21 is enough.
No,
Yes. Johnston, you will take half damage. Richard, you're going to take full. And because this is a big one, I'm going to roll this out in the open for you guys. Because it's more fun that way.
I know,
Hopefully,
right?
I still have enough that I could heal myself.
I know, right? As
The
long
hell
as
are
it's
you
not
watching?
54, I think I'm alright.
Okay.
Whew!
Holy
That's
shit.
a doozy. That is
Okay.
a doozy.
Yeah, I have 2 hit points left, or no, 3 hit points left.
Oh my god.
Half damage you round up, right?
Down.
No,
So 15
yeah.
for you.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
always
incoming-
down in D&D.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 31 points of damage as this blast of arcane energy lasers out of the alcove and through most of the room, and everybody else is quite quite glad they were not caught in the mix of that. As
Nevitash
Nevitash
just kind of
looks,
stands there and takes the brunt of the attack. Just
yeah,
ah!
Nevitash goes, huh?
Get down,
Ah!
Mr. President.
Oh, good. I do have to. Whew.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and that is going to end the golem's turn. You're up, Nevitash.
Oh yeah. We are gonna go with a level 4 cure light wound or cure wounds.
I don't blame you.
Where is it? There it is. I am going to stand here in the middle of everybody and touch myself.
Oh, damn.
27, not
For
bad.
27 hit points.
Damn.
It can't heal for shit when it's somebody else. When it's you,
I know, right?
You damn right. I got to keep myself alive.
There you go.
it's a
Yeah,
nice
first
27
roll,
points
yeah.
of healing. Boy, I almost knocked your ass flat.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're not dragoning me again, okay?
Oh my God.
Whose fault was that, though? Let's be
I mean, you are the guy that spiritual hammered the adult red black dragon upside the
Yeah,
head.
damn right.
All right, well, that's your action. You do still technically have a bonus in movement.
Yeah, I am gonna go ahead.
A quick prayer to thank your God for being alive is a bonus action. Or your patron spirit for you, as the case may be.
I am going to go ahead and I'm gonna use the healing word again to get Johnston a little HP too.
All right, go for it.
Sure, why not?
All right, so that's 6 to Johnston.
I'm cool with that. It's doing the thing where it's not letting me add to my freaking totals anymore again.
Really? I hate that crap.
Yeah, I'll just add it.
Roll 20 just doesn't like you. Yeah, just throw it up on the sheet.
That's fine. So that's 6. Yeah, 6.
And I'm assuming you're not going to risk moving.
Hell no.
All right, that brings us around to Scout.
Okay.
Shooty. 12 just misses.
That's okay. Because my second shot, I'm going to shoot Digby.
Oh, with my heal.
You're going to shoot Johnston with one of the healing things?
Don't shoot
Hells
me, shoot
to the
Nevitash.
yes.
Nevitash is lower than I am.
Is he?
Well,
I can't see his. Yeah, it just shows like a bar, and your red is not as high as his.
Oh, fair
well,
enough.
unfortunately, the 14 doesn't actually hit either one of them, so it kind of careens off the armor.
Yeah.
Ting ting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You have to beat the AC. Derp.
She's got to actually hit you with that one, yeah.
What's your AC, freaking Nevitash? Like mine's.
18.
Oh yeah, you're so higher than mine. Is, yeah, you'd have to hit like a.
Actually, right
17.
now, yeah. Yeah, no, that's right.
You good where you're standing, Brandy?
Me? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause you
no.
still have bonus action and movement.
I don't really think there's anything I can't cast a spell with a bonus action, so
Unless
I
it's
mean-
specifically a bonus action, but yeah.
yeah. Well, none of mine are a bonus action.
Well, that brings us around to 42. Okay.
All right.
Now I'm expecting her, like the deer to come out to like wrestling.
Well,
pyro and
42 still hitting. Doing some damage.
stuff.
Not bad at all.
So it's
You guys can see that center,
It stays in the kitchen, babe.
the crystal there that's holding its torso is heavily cracked. There is rays of like a purplish energy flowing from it, but it's not quite lit up the ghost just yet. Now that brings us around to Johnston.
Please tell me that frickin' Cyclops beam is a recharge.
It might be.
oh god. Okay, so yeah, we'll still go with the stabby, but I'm gonna do a little bit different. So we're gonna run. Ooh.
Okay. As you reach out and slice with your scimitar to connect, your blade manages to sneak between the ribs and the hips of this creature and connect directly with that crystal. And there's this flash of purple energy and an explosion of force that thankfully doesn't do any damage, but does knock everybody standing close to this thing flat on their ass for a moment. And as you look up and your eyes clear, the top half of the golem slides off the hips and lands to the ground, and the visor fades to darkness as the hips and legs are still standing there stationary.
So the hips didn't lie.
Um, as this creature, the last of the energy fades and the purplish smoke dissipates, there's a rumbling sound. As the area you're in kind of looks like it's beginning to kind of fold in on itself.
Damn, I wish you had paused for a second more. I was gonna say, look a lot like Christmas.
It's
It's beginning.
but there at the center of the pedestal, it's almost like everything is kind of sucking into a black hole at the center of the pedestal. And the walls and the parts of the golem and even you are inexorably pulled directly to the pedestal and kind of down into the drain. And it's freaky and scary and yeah. And, God, I wish I could slap you over the phone. I mean, just but as this as it pulls you through, you guys hear kind of a popping sound as everything kind of fades away, and you find yourself standing in the temple itself, not the Nexus, but the actual temple on the Prime Realm where you had entered the Nexus from, the original pedestal. There in the temple, kind of all scattered around the portal, and there in the room with you is the vampire, the druid, the bearded devil, and their animalistic or undead companions, all sitting there as the stasis they were in kind of breaks, and the ice-like material shatters and dissipates as it tinkles to the ground, and they all kind of look around for the first time in a long time.
I know, right?
And yeah, always my phone. But they kind of look around and they're free. You guys can fairly easily stand. We are going. I don't actually have a map of this area. I'm just going to move back to the Nexus because it's shaped basically the same.
Okay.
And we'll clear out this turn order. And unless you guys are going to attack something, we can just deal with this and roll. I don't know what your...
You were saying you didn't want to deal with. I mean, you didn't like the vampire, right? Or did we want to just disregard that? Brandy.
Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So Scout kind of looks at the two of them and puts her hands out and does the gimme. Yeah, exactly. What Dane says. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Well, the beard devil takes a moment to kind of look around, kind of breathes a deep breath of air. It says, our deal is complete. And he reaches into a pouch at his side, and when he pulls forth, it's a very small, almost pug-like puppy, and he hands it over to you. And it is a hellhound pup. Will take a little while to mature, but it is a pup.
I gives it all of the cuddles.
The druid, or not the druid, the dryad does the same. Kind
I
of
also gives it all of the cuddles.
flitters around, and you now have a dire wolf pup. And the vampire is just kind of sticking to the shadows with his ghouls and not really saying much of anything. Kind of keeping a wary eye. He knows who he is and what he is, you know. But with that, you know, the bearded devil says, "I believe our business is completed," and he starts to head towards a door that he assumes is the exit. Is anybody going to stop him, or are we just going to let a beard devil and 3 hellhounds loose on the world?
Oh no, I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Even
Why
if we
not?
are going to stop him, we have to at least give him a head start. We promised we'd set him free.
Yep.
I didn't promise shit.
You did.
Hold on.
we
do
haven't
I
had
know
a
what
chance-
the
Hold
thing
on.
is?
First off,
Well, you knew what the deal was, that they were trying to set him free.
if
Okay.
if the gnome engages in battle, I may side with the other guy.
Yeah, we have not had a chance to hide our pups yet, so they can still be taken from us.
Okay.
And
We
And
are the
as
kind of group that might go after them later, but
And
we
I
need
get
to safeguard
bonuses against you.
our rewards first.
and I
Okay.
get bonuses against you. You are my my favorite enemy.
Oh, that's
great.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why not just the fact that you're a gnome either. Like, you're an artificer. It would have been artificers that built them.
Yeah. Like I
Well,
extra
not
hate
from
you.
not from where I was, but
Yeah,
she doesn't know
but-
that yet.
No.
Yeah.
As far as I know, you are the epitome of everything that I hate.
I was gonna say.
And that's why you were at Bow Point whenever you first showed up. Hi.
Right.
Well, well, if nobody's going to stop him, once the bearded devil and the dryad leave with their entourage, the vampire kind of steps forward and says, "You have held up your end of the bargain. Is anyone interested in immortality?" As he kind of grins and bares his fangs.
Dude, I'm made of metal. I am. And then I walk away with my puppers. Come on.
Yeah, it's entirely up to you guys. I don't expect anybody to want to be a vampire.
Had I been a human,
I mean, I
would
don't
totally
know.
go
What
for
do
that.
vampires do?
Yeah, I know. Like, what would we get if we changed it to vampire? Like, how would it?
Some stat boosts and the inability to walk in the sunshine.
Oh no. I like sunshine.
Yeah. There's a reason he hasn't tried to exit yet.
You're gonna be a bride.
But as you guys, I'm assuming, will head out of the temple.
Stop
Yeah.
clawing my face!
But as you guys head out of the temple, it is daytime on the smaller island, and you can see kind of
Can
off
I
the
use part of
distance.
my armor to bounce sunlight into the hole?
into the- I can see you
but
with
you
the.
can use this shield.
I can see you with a signaling mirror. Sit still, you blood-sucking bastard!
I will lone scout my shield if she needs it.
But you do see, from the vantage point, you can see out to the open sea and the familiar sight of your ship at anchor.
Lady Luca.
The Lady Bluecap. Yes, they named their ship after the drug.
That's
And the
fucking
crew-
awesome.
And the crew is growing blue caps.
On their scalp.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you gave us the idea because of Green Guy.
Yeah, that was definitely one of those where, an interesting kind of quirk just.
So now we are drug smugglers.
We're smugglers.
No, we are now Cuba.
Kinda, yeah.
Great.
But unless anyone has any other business, the temple here is now just a temple. The magic that turned it into a portal and transmutation has broken. As a matter of fact, that pedestal itself has cracked down the center. So now it's just an old set of ruins that could have survived for millennia and probably will, be claimed by the jungle eventually. So can I assume it's back to the boat?
Yep.
So
All right.
the device that I built, does it only do? We didn't really decide if it will do more than one person at one time, or like how. So where's the portal, or can I close it from this side? Should I go like?
Well, Meat went back to close it, remember?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, Meat went back to close it so that it wouldn't stay open. However, you got to the shadow library because you were experimenting with different fuels for your device, and some of your notes managed to get into the fuel chamber along with some crushed onyx.
Mhm.
It was
Okay,
accidental.
All right.
since he's not here to do it for himself, I know he would.
Mm.
On the way back to the ship, Cassidy is going to ask how she got to the library because
Yeah.
I know he would want to know of a way to get back.
Well, we haven't quite gotten to that part in her little backstory. We're going to be doing some retroactive stuff for her. But do you want to explain up as far as you'd gotten, Smidge, and I'll take over from
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
so
it
basically,
doesn't necessarily have to be explained now. I just want the framework there, so like when Drake is here, so like
His
if it ever comes
opportunity
up,
wasn't missed. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I got you.
So we'll just say I told him.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
fine.
Scott, when you and I have a chance to go back and do all of the things,
Yeah.
then we can kind of tell him that next time we kind of get together so that he knows. But it was basically just like reading rare books, and I rolled high and found one that taught me how to create the
Rolled extraordinarily high, actually.
super high.
Yeah.
I think it was a natural 20, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was up there like 25 or 26, something like
Yeah,
that.
it was pretty crazy.
But all right, so you guys head back toward the boat, regaling with various stories of histories. Take your dinghy back out to your boat, and as you climb aboard your boat, almost your entire crew is standing there, kind of staring at you with mushrooms growing out of their heads, and they all look slightly upset.
Okay.
slightly what?
Slightly upset. You know, while the mushrooms themselves don't really cause any pain, it is somewhat disconcerting.
So, having no context for this, I'm gonna be like, dude, you guys know how to party. Mitch cannot read a room.
So Nevatash will go around assuring people, and if need be, like
I'm also
mentally
I'm
persuading
while
them
he
things
while
are
he-
gonna be fine.
Exactly.
while he's doing that, I'm harvesting.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I
Pat
want to
them on
get
the head
a
and
little
then
vial
to
of that.
pull them out.
Like
All right.
we almost set up like a
Might as well be like a lice checking station. Just like while you're harvesting, I'm just like, don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine.
I'll look at them like,
Not that big a deal.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Well,
we
as you
process
guys
this,
are
everybody.
as you guys are cleaning up, and do remember that Scout's probably the only person that should be doing this harvesting.
Yeah, Scout's the only one like that can touch them.
Yeah.
We don't need.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we first ran into them, they were on a bear corpse, and that is also why our figurehead
is a bear with
is
blue
a bear.
caps.
Yeah.
With blue caps.
Yes.
But
Got it.
when we found
Oh,
this
that's
bear
right,
corpse
Our
on the
Lady
side of the
Bluecaps, I
road,
forgot.
and it was
It's
like,
a winged bear, like an angel bear.
and we were like, okay. So Scout goes over and rolls it over and sees these blue caps growing on it. Well, we're like, well, us fleshy things shouldn't probably touch fungi that grow on flesh. And so she picked it up, and the entire thing just went poof into a cloud of blue dust.
Which
Uh-oh.
covered her for a while, but
Yeah.
thankfully the blue caps can only grow on living flesh, which Scout
Mhm.
doesn't technically have.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, if we come
So
into
therefore-
contact with it, we become the crop. As
Got
it were.
Which is kind of what happened to Gringot.
Except he was
Okay.
totally cool with it, kind of.
Could I I would have probably like tweezers and scissors though, right? Could I like just harvest like one little
No.
chunk?
See, when the pollen gets everywhere.
Well, no,
Oh.
she has experience working with this kind of stuff. She's not like a full-born alchemist,
Oh, okay.
But she does have the tools required. You could make a tool check. What do you got for your tools? I can't remember.
Let me see. It was.
Thieves,
I'll need-
tinkersmiths, leatherwork. Well, you don't really have a alchemy
Yeah,
kit,
I don't
and
have
that's
like
what it
an
would
alchemy
take.
kit. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
And
Okay.
the rest of the stuff you have isn't really dealing with dangerous materials.
I got it.
So
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
How many do I collect?
Blue caps, you guys had a decent sized crew. We'll say they're mushrooms. We'll say you have 2 pounds of blue caps.
Holy crap.
That's a whole
Yeah,
lot
that's a
of
lot.
shrooms.
It's a lot of shrooms. Again, I did try to warn you, Amanda. The moral compass for this crew is kind of wonky.
We're lucky if we can be called gray.
Oh
We
my
kinda
god.
look, as far as a compass goes, we kind of look like Jack Sparrow's when he was like, I don't know what I want.
Yeah. But you guys are safely ensconced back on your ship. You have, Scout has collected a barrel of blue caps because it's about the safest thing you guys can think to put it in.
I was going to
Barrels
say
being
a boatload, badanta.
Blah, 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 blah. And then Scout has, just to be safe, tied herself off and hopped overboard for a while to clean off. Because as careful as you are, Scout, your hands and
Oh,
like
yeah.
your chest are covered in the blue dust.
While you're down there, grab some fish.
I know, right?
I take net.
Scout comes back with dinner.
Yep.
Uh,
Hey, by chance while I'm down there, I want to roll my perception to see if I see my friend.
which friend?
This
Oh!
people.
Oh yeah, no, you don't see any of them while you're down there.
The calamari
Um,
cousins.
Yeah, the cephaloans. Yeah. Yeah, they don't seem to be around at the moment. Though again, you're nearer the surface, so your vision isn't as limited as it was when you guys were down at the bottom. But you still only see a certain distance underwater. But yeah, you don't see any of the cephaloans around. You do know that they were quite a few miles, about a day's travel further east, though, for normal.
Yeah, you
so.
never know. I mean,
Yeah.
they're out looking for.
Once everyone has been decapped and cleaned up and everything has gotten back in place, the captain of the ship does ask you, where is the next port of call? What is our next course?
Jeeves,
All right, back we go.
I've got some stuff to.
Okay, well, the journey's going to take about, I believe it was 2 days up down the coast to get back to Hillsport. So, if there's anything you guys would like to accomplish on the boat in the next 2 days.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I want to make some little gnomes. I want to just tinker with my pocket crap. Make a couple little gnomes. They are not going to be exploding gnomes because I don't really actually have the ability to do that. But I just want a couple little goofy gnomes that make little sounds and dance side to side.
You could theoretically make them like
Okay.
wind-ups and then put a small amount of alchemist fire inside them. And when the wind-up is done, fills and
All right, well, do me a favor. Roll your Tinker's tools, and when you click on it, it's going to ask for the stat do intelligence.
Okay.
Because you're kind of inventing something here.
Okay. Let me find it.
Left-hand side, below your skills and your passive wisdom.
Oh, here they are. Okay.
And do your Tinker's tools. And
Intelligence.
oh, damn. Hell yeah. Jeez.
And can I make
Okay.
it the one that he was just talking about, like with a little, like I'm not talking about like something that actually has the stuff in there, but like just something with a little container inside that with a little mechanism that will drop after it runs out.
Yeah, just like a potion delivery system kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. over the course of a couple of days, because you are inventing something new here and not just working on something you've already built before. Over the course of the 2 days, you get your plans down and you start working with the materials that you have available. Which, let's be honest, that ship tends to keep decent materials for repairs. So you were able to create one little wind up gnome prototype of the wind up gnome that you're fairly certain could deliver a acid flask or an alchemist fire for a little ways.
Are the pups male or female?
Uh, whichever you would prefer, because it doesn't particularly matter to me.
One of each. Breed
That's
them.
exactly what I was thinking.
Make
That's
dire
exactly-
hellhound pups.
Well, that means I've got some stats to figure out.
So I'm naming the male hellhound pup Murdoch.
Murdoch, okay.
There you go.
Uh,
Because I thought that one would be good.
all right, and I'm assuming that you are going to spend some time with each of them for training.
Hells to the yes, I am. And
All
the
right.
female dire wolf pup I'm naming Kodak.
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. As time progresses, about once a day, I'm going to ask you for an animal handling check. And as time progresses, depending on how
For
well you
each?
roll, just one, because I mean,
Okay.
you can train two dogs at the same time. They tend to learn off of each other, for that matter. But as time progresses, depending on how well your rolls go, we'll get them trained up, and because these are not animal companions, they are not automatically
Obedient.
obedient. You're going to have to teach them that, and you've got a pretty good start here. You know, by the time you get back to land, you've got them where they are not at each other's throats, and they will interact with you fairly well. Because again, these aren't like house dogs; they're wild animals. So, but those were two damn good rolls for animal handling. So,
I get a +4.
so you guys have a couple of not the strangest shit you guys have done.
By chance, and I keep them away from all blue caps.
Oh God, fucking hellhound on blue caps.
Oh, that would be fucking great.
Are we back to full health?
Yeah. It's been 2 days. You guys will have had plenty of time to long rest, get your spells back, heal up as needed. Anything else anybody wants to do for a couple of days on the boat?
Did the little gnome guy take the full amount of time?
Well, he took some decent time during the day. You know, say about 8 hours a day. So you've got some other time that you could do some other things.
Do I have enough time to make a spell scroll?
Oh yeah, with your special ability, yeah.
Did you say
Okay.
a stress ball?
A spell scroll.
Oh,
I just want
I
to
was-
make a level 2. Let's see. Hold on. Can I just put any spell in a scroll?
Any second level spell that you know, yes.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna pick. I didn't think this through because I thought it was gonna be a no. A cure wounds. I'm gonna do it.
Well, you've got that special ability that cuts the time it takes
Yeah.
in half or some shit like that. So-
It's a quarter.
A
It's
quarter,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, but the material cost is in half. So
Yeah. A wizard
fine.
might not have had time to do both things. For you, scribing a scroll is, you're
It's brunch.
scribe one over breakfast. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
right, so-
all right, cool. So I'm gonna say it's a cure wounds scroll.
All right.
Um,
That'll come in handy.
Yes. And I'm trying to find where I will play with that and figure that out.
Okay. All right. So 2 days pass on the ship, and you guys dock into Hillsport at right around lunchtime, give or take. You know, because the boat travels over the course of the night. dock back into Hillsport right around lunch, and it's nice to see home, as the case may be. Um, so, what do you guys want to do in Hillsport? I take it somebody's got an idea.
Oh, no, you.
I want to buy some health potions. Because I said I wanted to do that the other day and then I totally forgot.
We did completely forget about that. Uh, Gringotts is the normal place, but this is Hillsport. You can definitely go do some shopping and find
no,
health
I'll go to
potions.
Gringotts. I'll go to Gringotts because I want to ask him for some Bluecaps.
Yeah, you guys are eventually going to head back to Wisbert's anyway, so we'll catch your potions when we get back there.
Okay.
Does anybody else have anything they'd like to do in town?
I have to go. I've got to go. The rat.
The rat? Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
at Wisbert's as well.
Yes.
Uh,
I couldn't
Yeah.
think of what it was called.
the rat that you guys have been keeping because it's been infected.
Yes.
That is, of course, also in Gringotts' lab in the basement of Wisbert's place.
And I also have to take him
Take him what?
the mushrooms.
Oh, the blue caps, yeah.
Yes, we have crops for him to buy.
Yeah. God, I can't believe you guys.
Yeah, pretty much everything for us is mostly at Wisbert's.
Yeah.
Because we have to check in on the situation with the smugglers, and then, or with the other merchant lord,
Hopefully
and see if he's ready to act on that, and
oh right.
the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Got all kinds of shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's been.
But all of it's over at Wisbert, so.
Okay. Then, as you guys are traveling through the city, I would like everyone to please make me a perception check.
Oh God, what now? There's always something with you.
Well, that's my job.
I know. I'm just messing with you. Ew, that was a terrible perception roll.
Yes, it was.
That's a +4 too. That's what's.
You're just busy looking for the nearest tavern that doesn't look like it's half dead.
Damn straight. Although I
Are
am
we
kind of
missing? Oh, I should.
blue caps. They need to make like a blue cap. Dude, wait. Do we have anybody with brewing stuff? Because I totally want to see if we can make a blue cap ale.
That would be. Well, you do know Gringott.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Brandy, can we get a perception from you?
I already did. Rolled a 7.
Yeah, it said.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
right
looking
over
for the
there.
line between, and it didn't do a line between because it was on top of yours. Okay, so Cassidy actually got this as well. Brandy and Smidge got high enough. As you're going through the city, you notice that the populace seems a little more on edge than is normal. And as you're passing through, you can hear bits of conversations and people talking about an army amassing to the north.
Oh,
That's
shit.
not
Yeah, and it seems that there is a number of rumors kind of going around, and everybody seems to have heard it at this point in time. That there's an army of goblins and lizard folk and ogres and just monstrous humanoids
good. Oh my.
amassing to the north of the city, and everybody's kind of freaking out, trying to figure out what it means.
She broke her way through.
Do you guys? Does everybody already know the same thing that I do about the army being probably fin touched?
Yeah, they should if they
Yeah.
remember that far back. But
Okay.
Yeah, that was where we got dragoned.
yeah, that was where they got dragoned. Yeah.
Okay.
Which the next time we go, it won't be so.
Nope.
Let her go.
Um,
Get out of the kitchen.
but
She
you guys-
is fine.
You guys make your way through the city, on through the docks and the crafter circle and the marketplace to the city council building, where you pass that same old bespectacled halfling that just kind of gives you a bored look as you pass through. She's gotten
At
used
least she looks at us now.
to yeah, that's true.
This is true.
As you pass through and make your way to Wisbert's mansion, where you are met at the door as it opens for you with the somewhat magical butler Jeeves, already ready for your entrance.
Oh yeah, jeez. Lest we forget.
He says, "It's good to see you've returned. We have prepared a meal," and he leads you guys into the actual dining chamber, the large table that they rarely use because there's a lot of you. And Tamsa and Wisbert and Meat are already sitting at the table, and there's a large repast of just general food and ale and drink and
I'm gonna teleport and sit right next to Tamza, and then just use like message back and forth to just tell her everything that just happened.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe this.
Mhm. Yeah, you guys go into the tittering 12-year-old girl thing in the corner. I'm assuming everybody else sits to eat except for Scout.
Actually, I am partaking of the meal, but not in the way that everybody else is. I'm like taking bits of meat, and I am still continuing to trade.
There you go.
Yeah,
Because-
Wisbert looks at the animals you're feeding for a moment and opens his mouth like he wants to ask a question, thinks better of it, just kind of shakes his head and continues to eat.
Yeah. Just look at him. Just like, don't ask. Just,
Yeah. But he does, over the course of lunch, ask you to regale your tales. I won't make you guys sit there unless you just specifically would like to
I
regale your story.
I will regale. I will tell. This is Murdoch. This is Codex. They are my new puppers. They will make
Our
the most
new
beautiful-
puppers.
These are my puppers. Fuck.
The party's gonna split over a custody dispute.
Not. It eventually won't. She just has to remember their hours until there's puppies.
Just look over both of them. Not in front of the children.
Jesus Christ.
Well, just remember, I'm the one training.
That's fine. You're the one that should train.
Yeah.
That's right. And then we'll take over the world with the puppers.
But you guys enjoy a rousing meal. Smidge Meat lets you know that it was fairly simple to close the portal. There wasn't any issues. Nothing came through.
Oh, that's good.
And he has sent his folk, the backup he brought out and says, anytime, let me know. I can bring some more guys in to guard.
Awesome. That's really good. No explosions?
Nope, no explosions. Well,
Super.
not in that room.
Oh, that
Speaking
sounds
of
fun. I'm gonna have to
explosion-
talk to him later.
Yeah.
I go below deck.
Going to go see Gringotts? Who else is going to go see Gringotts?
Me.
I'll go too.
Okay.
I take a few more legs of meat.
Johnston,
But not to be confused with meat's legs.
Johnston, if you're not heading down to see Meat or heading down to see Gringotts, Meat kind of catches your eye, holds up a bottle, and knocks his head to the side.
It's like, all right.
Don't worry.
What?
Evan Dash will
What?
ask for you about the ale.
Please do. Appreciate you. Boy.
I wonder what orc's bed he end up, or is it an
Right? Yeah.
It's like, where's Waldo?
Cassidy, now that Smidge is not taking all of Tamsa's attention, Cassidy will take this time to catch up with her as well.
Okay.
As Nevatash, Scout, and Smidge head downstairs to the large reinforced vault door that is Gringotts' lab.
All right. I'm not even gonna knock. I'm just gonna open it and step right in. Hey,
Yeah.
anybody home?
Surprisingly, nothing is exploding. Everything actually seems fairly normal at the moment.
That is
Oh
kinda
god,
So-
he's dead.
So, Smidge, when you walk in, Gringot is grumbling to himself, trying to figure out exactly which lens is dirty.
Hey, bud, you want some help with that?
I brought blue caps.
There's no place like
Picks
home.
up, throws his glasses back on, and starts flipping his head around. He still has blue caps on his head, of course. Um,
I pick up the barrel from 42 and place it on a counter.
Ooh, nice. He kind of goes over and he looks at it and he kind of gets a look and he goes, "Are we trading or what?
Yes.
What do you guys need?"
We need health potion.
I can handle that. And he kind of picks up the blue cap barrel and kind of shakes it a little bit and listens to it and sets it down. And he goes off into a back corner and comes out with his crate of healing potions. He says, "I can do 6 of the regulars, or I know there's higher level ones. I just can't remember where the fuck they're at. Because they're not in the players, they're in the."
Sean. Look at her.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, he says, "I'll give you 6 of the small ones or 3 of these slightly larger ones. So you can have 3 greater healings or 6 healings in exchange for the blue caps."
I'll do the 6 regular ones because I can't put the greater ones inside the vials on the arrow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll trade that out for you. Outside of that, he sells potions to you guys for the regular healings, the normal 50 gold. He actually sells to you guys for 35. He likes you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah. You guys have a decent reputation with him, and he likes you guys.
Oh,
I am also
Go ahead.
I am also going to do what I said. I'm going to say our friend Johnston, your blue cap friend. He would also like to know if you know of a way to brew an ale from blue caps, not just a.
He kind of stops for a second, kind of gets this far off stare, takes his multi-lensed glasses off for a second, scratches the top of his head, just like right at the bottom edge of the blue caps, puts his glasses back on, and disappears into the back room, and you can hear all kind of rummaging going around.
while he's doing the rummaging, I kind of call out that I will be going to the room.
You'll be going what? You kind of
Into
broke up on that.
Into
Oh.
the room.
His storeroom, yeah.
Yeah, because that's where we decided I was gonna talk. The rats.
Oh yeah. The rat.
So it's like a.
Sorry, good.
When I get to the door, I turn around and I look at 42 and I say, "Guard," and then I give the command to both the animals, are the pups with the other 2 turkey legs.
Go ahead and roll animal handling, because
Okay.
why not? That's not bad. Okay, yeah. They kind of go to town on the turkey legs for a second, but then they both kind of turn around and start looking around. You're not sure how long they're going to be following your command because they're puppies. But
that's also why I have 42 there.
yeah, trying to kind of emulate the deer.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing 42 as the big bulldog and these puppies as the little chihuahua that scraps around him all the time. So yeah, you go grab the heavy leather the leaded box that's locked up with the rat and whatnot. What do you want to do with that?
Oh, well, since we heard that rumor, I want to check in and see if that's.
You want to do the share census thing again?
Uh-huh.
All right. You kick open the top of the box and cast your spell and go ahead
It
and
was
make that wisdom.
save.
It was a
Yeah.
wisdom save. Okay. Okay. Being prepared helps on this because you know what to expect. So while it does take a moment for you to kind of remember how to lock senses on to particular individuals and not be overwhelmed, you are now surfing through the sight of anybody captured by the hive mind. And I'm assuming you're trying to find somebody in the north.
Yep.
Okay. Not hard to do. There's a mass of people in that general vicinity. And you start kind of flitting through, and what you're seeing is rank on rank of various humanoid or monstrous humanoid creatures actually outside of the marsh. They seem to be just standing still. From what you can tell from the site you have, probably a half day's travel from the northern side of the forest to the north. Just standing in ranks and kind of flitting around for a while. There's probably a couple of thousand troops there.
Shit.
Like, I'm going to give you guys free time when there's not pressure. Come on now. But again, they're just kind of standing there. There's not a camp. There's not people camped out. They're literally just standing in ranks at basically at attention.
I try to go deeper into the.
As you start to try and go and try to find some of the stronger minds, um, you kind of reach a barrier almost. Some kind of block, because you can kind of move from vision to vision. You know, as you're looking through someone's senses, you can move to the next person. But as you try to actually cross over into the swamp itself, it seems that something has blocked access for that spell. You kind of hit an invisible wall, and the
Okay.
spell itself can't seem to penetrate any deeper. I mean, you've done this a couple of times now.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Okay, then I check the city.
Okay, you spent a bit of time bouncing around the city, and it's difficult to really tell because it's very hard to get accurate numbers in this. But it seems like there are more people infected than the last time you went to the city. Though it's hard to tell if it's a crap ton more or just a little more, or
More
but
is all I need.
it's easier to find someone in the city than it was last time, which leads you to believe that it's spread a bit.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what that sound is, but it was like the perfect sound effect for a swamp.
Oh, that was probably my dog making noise.
Okay. 'Cause I don't know what that sound just was, but like swamp ambiance, thank you.
No, it was four freaking huge ass pit bulls playing with each other because I just let them out. They're going that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to get in the car. I'm good to still keep going. I just can't roll anything.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. Is 5:30? It is 5:30. This is normally when we cut it. Is everybody good for the afternoon? And we'll pick up next week.
Yeah.
All right. Then we will cut here. We've gotten the new character in. We've gotten a little bit more information, a little bit of suspense on the edges.
Yes.
And,
And then at some point near future, I need to stop being scared of Scout so that I can go talk to her.
it'll happen, maybe.
Maybe.
Alright. So long rest, I'm assuming, and
Say what, Tori?
long rest, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. You guys had a long rest on the way back to town.
Crap. Batman, shut up. Sorry.
All right, then we will pick up next week and continue with the story.
Peace out, you guys.
Alright, man. Catch you
Later.
All right, I'll see you guys later.